everyone. I just wanted to pop on here. I don't even really know what I'm gonna say in this video, but I wanted to just say how overwhelming it's been the past few days after opening up about mine and Mitch's journey with fertility and dealing with multiple miscarriages. I struggled for a long time going back and forth whether or not I would talk about it and open up about it. It was easier for a long time to just keep it to ourselves and just within a really small circle of close people in our lives that were there, there when we got the news, and was just easier to keep it close. And what I struggled with is feeling like keeping it to myself, for me, felt like it was the only way I could still feel like they were mine and they were with me. I felt like sharing our story with others almost meant that I had to let go a little bit and share them. Not only am I sharing my story, but I'm sharing my babies. And I don't have them, so having that story just close to my heart was almost like a protective thing, I guess, my way of keeping them close to me and still feeling like they were mine. And I struggled with that feeling too after we miscarried the first time. If you watched my video just before I posted this one talking about the miscarriages, you'll know that we got pregnant with Ivy pretty much immediately, well, right immediately after I finished miscarrying the first pregnancy. But during the whole time I was miscarrying, I still wanted that baby. I knew the baby was gone, but even though the baby's gone, the feeling of wanting a baby doesn't go away. If anything, it's like times 100,000. Like what you wanted and you love so much is now taken from you. And so it's like I wanted to think about trying again, but at the same time it felt like if I was thinking about trying for another baby, it meant that I was moving on from the one that I just lost. And it made me angry to even think about that. We got pregnant really quick, and it wasn't planned to get pregnant that quick. It literally was just a God thing that it happened that way. So I didn't have much time to dwell on those thoughts because it just happened without us even needing to really think about it happening, which was a blessing at the time because yes, baby? The second time we miscarried was when Ivy was just over a year old, like a year and 3 months old. And I was sad and I was angry that I wanted another baby. But the thought of trying again made me mad. Like, it made me angry. I didn't want to try again. I wanted that baby that we just lost. I wanted the first baby. And I wanted this baby too. So thinking of trying again just made me angry because it was like it's been an internal struggle for me, wanting another baby and wanting Ivy to have a brother or sister, but feeling like if I try again or if I'm ready to start trying again, it means that I'm moving on from the one that we just lost. And I know that's not the case. I will always think about that baby every second of my life. But it's a battle. No. I do want another baby, but I wanted that baby. And that's what I still kind of struggle with. It's been about 1 year and 4 months since we lost our last pregnancy, and it was a good 6 months after we lost the baby that I could even really look at another pregnant person. Not that I was angry that they were pregnant, but I was angry thinking, why not me? Like, that was supposed to be me right now. Literally, as soon as I miscarried, every single day I opened Instagram, there was another pregnancy announcement and another pregnancy announcement. And it was just like ripping open that wound again every single day. And so I had to unfollow a lot of, not even really people that I knew, but just random people that I had followed, or just like skip by the post really quick. It wasn't that I wasn't happy for them. I was incredibly happy for them, but it was just a very painful time. And like I said, it was just like ripping open the wound every time I saw a pregnant belly or a pregnancy announcement or something. And it wasn't for like 6 months after we miscarried that I remember seeing a pregnant belly, and it was the first time that I didn't think, why not me? That was eye-opening for me, because I was like, whoa, I'm not angry right now. Like, that was kind of a turning point in my journey, I guess you could say. That's when I felt like I was finally starting to be able to put pieces back together a little bit. But like I said in my last video, I still was suppressing a lot of the emotions. I still was not letting myself feel what I wanted to feel. In the spring of this year, I remember one day driving home, and I remember driving past the splash pad and thinking about, oh yeah, like I can't wait for the summer again. Last summer I was literally at the splash pad with Ivy like every day. It felt like I was constantly taking her down, going on walks with her, and that was like our main thing to do, was go to the splash pad because she loved it so much. And then it kind of hit me. I thought, wait a second, at this time last year I had just lost the baby. And that's when the realization of, holy crap, like I didn't deal with this. That's what I remember about that time, being at the splash pad with Ivy, and I don't have any like recollection of grieving. Like, of course I remember being absolutely devastated and angry, but I remember putting my focus on other things and my energy into other things, and like pushing the grief aside. And that realization, sorry, I don't want to cry right now. That realization kind of just hit me that I didn't really grieve appropriately. And now I don't really know how to deal with it other than to just like open up about it and talk about it. And I know there's more to our fertility journey that I haven't shared yet, and maybe I will down the road. But that's just kind of where I'm at right now. And the amount of messages and comments and DMs and phone calls and like Facebook messages and all of that came flooding in as soon as I posted that video was so overwhelming in the best way. So many people reached out to me telling me their stories of miscarriage or their fertility or infertility struggles, and it has meant so much that people have appreciated that I've opened up and that it's helping people, because that was a huge part of this too. I needed to help myself through it by letting other people know that they're not alone trying to go through it. I'm trying to deal with it too, and it's been pretty cool to see the response and just kind of have that validation that it was the right thing to do and that it was needed. And like, I've needed those people that have opened up over the last 3 years. Other people are now appreciating that I've opened up, so it's really nice to see that. And so I kind of really just wanted to pop on here and make a video to thank everyone and kind of expand a little bit on my feelings and where I'm at right now. But I'm going to be talking a lot more about it, a lot more in depth about my journey on my podcast, Honest to God podcast. And we're starting our season 2 of the podcast August 5th. And in the first episode, I'm opening up about this journey on there as well, and going into a little bit more depth of the things that that are part of miscarrying, and some things that are a little bit harder to talk about, and some things that people don't talk about. I'm talking about that on the podcast, and then every episode of that season is going to have someone opening up about their story, what their story has been, what their journey has been, or what they've struggled with or endured or come through or learned. And we're hoping to inspire hope into people. Anyways, I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you guys again for listening to this journey and letting me open up and just being so supportive. It's been awesome. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.